In the shadows of history, beyond the din of empires rising and falling, beyond the shouts of leaders seeking the fleeting applause of the crowd, there lies a lineage of power more subtle, more enduring. It is the lineage of the silent alpha, men who need no thunder to announce their presence, for their influence is like the force of gravity, invisible, omnipresent, shaping the world around them with a calm that disarms and a depth that inspires awe. Today, we will not merely scratch the surface of this archetype. We will delve into the depths of its code, a set of principles that, once understood and embodied, allow us not only to master the art of subtle influence, but also to begin to weave the threads of a legacy that transcends time, an echo that will resound into eternity. This is not a manual for loud domination, nor a guide to superficial manipulation. The code of the silent alpha is about cultivating an inner strength so authentic, so aligned with universal truths, that influence becomes a natural consequence, not a goal to be pursued. It is about understanding that true power lies not in the ability to control others, but in the mastery of controlling oneself, and from that mastery, radiating an energy that naturally attracts, inspires, and uplifts. And the legacy? The legacy is the fragrance that this life of purpose and integrity leaves in the garden of time, long after the gardener has departed. The first key to deciphering this ancient code lies in understanding silence as a field of power. We live in an age of ceaseless cacophony, where everyone struggles to be heard, where volume is often mistaken for value. The silent alpha, however, finds his strength in the opposite. He understands that in silence lies clarity, keen observation, the ability to hear not just the words but the subtext, the unspoken intentions, the truths that hide beneath the veil of everyday communication. His silence is not empty, it is charged with presence. When he speaks, his words are like well-aimed arrows, shot from a bow of deep reflection, each with weight and purpose. He does not fill the space with platitudes, for he knows that the scarcity of his words amplifies their impact. Learning the art of active listening, of observing without hasty judgment, and of speaking only when one has something of substantial value to add, is the first gateway to mastering subtle influence. It is in silence that true wisdom germinates, and it is from this wisdom that natural, unimposed authority emanates. Closely related to the power of silence is the mastery of presence. The silent alpha possesses a quality of being fully present in the moment, an energy that effortlessly anchors the attention of those around him. It's not about showmanship, but about an authenticity that radiates. When he's in a conversation, he's truly there. His eyes don't wander. His mind isn't elsewhere. This full presence creates a field of genuine connection, making others feel seen, heard, and valued on a fundamental level. This magnetic quality comes not from rehearsed techniques, but from a deep inner alignment, from a mind that's not fragmented by future anxieties or past regrets. Cultivating mindfulness, the ability to focus intensely on the here and now, is essential. Meditation, mindfulness practices, or simply the habit of disconnecting from digital distractions to connect with real people in the environment. These are all ways to forge this presence, which in itself is a powerful form of silent influence. People are drawn to those who make them feel like the center of the universe, even if only for a brief moment, and full presence is the key to that magic. The third pillar of the code is emotional and intellectual self-sufficiency. The silent alpha does not seek external validation like the air he breathes. His self-esteem is an internal sun, not a reflection dependent on the approval of others. He has his convictions, forged by study, reflection, and experience. And while he is open to learning and reconsideration, he is not easily shaken by the fluctuating opinions of the majority or by unfounded criticism. This independence of thought and feeling makes him a beacon of stability in a sea of uncertainty. People instinctively trust and seek guidance from those who demonstrate this inner solidity, this ability to stand firm on their principles without arrogance, but with quiet conviction. This takes courage, the courage to think for oneself, to question the status quo, and sometimes to walk alone when one's values demand it. But it is this same courage that builds lasting respect and genuine influence. A man who does not need the approval of others to know who he is, or what he is worth possesses a freedom that is deeply attractive and inspiring. Continuing with the decoding, we find the art of strategic observation and calculated patience. The silent alpha is a master at reading the board of life, at understanding the hidden dynamics of human interactions and the systems in which he operates. He does not act on impulse. He does not react predictably. He observes, analyzes, and waits for the right moment. His patience is not passivity, but a form of accumulated power. He knows that many battles are won before they are even fought, simply by understanding the terrain and the right time for action. This ability to see beyond the obvious, to anticipate moves, and to act with surgical precision when the moment arrives, gives him an immense advantage. He does not waste energy on unnecessary movements. Each action is intentional and aims for maximum impact with minimum fuss. To cultivate this skill, one must develop critical thinking, study human nature, learn from history, and, above all, practice the discipline of not reacting emotionally to provocations or immediate setbacks, maintaining focus on the long-term goal. And what would the silent alpha be without unwavering integrity? This is the foundation upon which all his power and influence are built. His words and actions are in harmony. He delivers on his promises. His principles are non-negotiable, regardless of the circumstances or temptations. This consistency between being and doing builds deep and lasting trust. People know what to expect from him, that his word carries weight, that his moral compass is firm. In a world where duplicity and opportunism are common, a man of integrity stands out like a rock. This reputation for reliability and rectitude is one of the most valuable assets in building subtle influence. It is not about being perfect, for perfection is an illusion, but about being consistently true to your highest values, taking responsibility for your mistakes, and continually striving to act honorably. Integrity is the silent alpha's hallmark, and it is what ensures that his influence is positive and constructive. With these pillars in place, the power of silence, the mastery of presence, self-reliance, strategic observation, and unwavering integrity, the silent alpha begins to weave his legacy. And here, the code deepens even further. For legacy is not just about what he accomplishes, but about who he becomes and the impact he has on the lives of others in future generations. He understands that true immortality lies not in stone monuments, but in the seeds he plants in the hearts and minds of those he touches. His legacy is built through example, through silent mentorship, through the opportunities he creates for others, through the wisdom he shares not through sermons, but through his actions and way of living. He does not seek recognition for what he does, but finds fulfillment in the very act of contributing to something greater than himself. Building a legacy that echoes into eternity requires a long-term vision, an understanding that today's actions will have consequences far beyond our lifetime. The silent alpha thinks in terms of generations, not instant gratification. He invests in knowledge, in meaningful relationships, in causes that transcend his personal interests. He may write, create, build, teach, or simply live in a way that inspires others to seek their own greatness. The form of his legacy may vary, but the essence is the same: to leave the world a little better, a little wiser, a little stronger than he found it. And this concern for the future, this generosity of spirit, is perhaps the highest manifestation of his subtle influence, for it inspires others to look beyond themselves and consider the impact of their own lives. Mastering the code of the silent alpha is not a task for the faint of heart, nor for those seeking shortcuts to power. It is a journey of continual self-discovery, of relentless discipline, of an unwavering commitment to personal growth and meaningful contribution. It requires introspection to know your own shadows and lights, courage to face your fears and limitations, and wisdom to navigate the complexity of the world with grace and effectiveness. But for those who dare to walk this path, the rewards are immeasurable: an inner peace that cannot be shaken by external storms, an ability to positively influence the world in profound and often unseen ways, and the knowledge that your life, lived with purpose and integrity, will leave a lasting echo, an indelible mark on the tapestry of time. The code is before you. The decision to decipher it and live it is, and always will be, entirely yours. Eternity awaits your whisper.